What up, though? Welcome to another hot episode of POPradio. My name is Miss Cosmo, and of course, I give you the hottest in entertainment as I do every single week. And today, I have somebody who I'm very excited to talk to because I've just been trying to figure out what's the story, man? Where you been? But of course, with a new album out and giving us new sounds, new energy, new vibes, we just had to tap into exactly what the vibe is right about now. So we do have with us Saudi.
What's up,
What it
Hussein? What's up
is?
with you?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright, man. You look so like in good spirits. You've got such a like a happy aura about you.
Wow, okay.
I don't know, like or maybe it's just me, maybe it's my own excitement about that, but it's good to see you.
Yeah, no, it's good
And
to see you too.
quite excited to kind of, dive in a little bit and chat to exactly, your life, where where you come from, where you're going. And for those who don't know, obviously, most of us know that you're from Soweto.
Yes, ma'am.
Where exactly in Soweto? And where, do you think the area that you kind of grew up in influenced your musical career?
I think the area that I grew up in influenced me as a person. And my music is mostly about my own personal experiences.
Yeah.
So I think that's as far as it goes with Isnawan and Isowetu, like when it comes down to my music. But my music isn't really or necessarily a representation of where I come from.
Okay, why do you say that?
I say that because I have a song on my album called Amalunde, right?
Yeah.
With Lunatic produced the song and stuff. It was the first time I got on a Skanda song or a song that has a log drum in it or a song that would make Sowetans happy in any kind of way. So my music has never been influenced by the place that I come from.
I
Yes,
hear
but
you.
me as a person, my ways, the way I think, and just the way I operate.
Yeah.
I'm very, very influenced by the place I come from. I'm
Okay.
very Soweto.
All right. Apparently, you come from a musical family as well. Who in your family is a lot more musical or maybe has influenced your musical abilities?
I come from a family that had or loves music and had a very large record collection.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a musical family
Oh,
like
okay.
musicians in my family
Yeah.
or anything like that. It's just a family that really loved music, but basically gave me like a library of amazing music to listen to since a kid, and I'd bump the music to. That'll be me playing. That'll be my toy. That'll be my toys. Like that's how I play. Just bumping about Brenda Fassi.
Yes.
Bumping those cassettes all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, okay. So the cassette game, which means you've been
Yeah,
in
since a
it
kid,
from
since
a
a
long
little
time,
kid.
doing the whole press record, write down the
Yep.
lyrics game.
Yep.
I think everybody who grew up in that time understood exactly what was needed, just to make sure that you're singing along
Exactly.
with the right lyrics and doing the right thing.
Exactly.
But what do you remember that moment when you actually realized, that what? As much as I'm enjoying music and I'm enjoying kind of singing along to these awesome songs, I want to make a career out of it. I actually want to step out of just mimicking and now being part of the game.
I was in boarding school. The year was 2008. Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 3. That's the year I decided I know what I want to do.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it about the Carter 3 that spoke to you? Because I think, and I say that specifically because everybody who I know who's been in hip hop has been influenced by Lil Wayne in one way, shape, or form.
Yep.
But he hits everybody in a different way. So what was it about Lil Wayne for you where you were just like, this is a direction that I need to take?
I always knew I loved music. I always knew what my talents are in the music space. I always knew it's something I could possibly do, even as a hobby.
Yeah.
But after I saw the Carter 3 and I just saw how great this person was at really being themselves, I understood that I wanted to be myself in the same cloud of greatness.
Yeah, man. I can imagine, especially when you're young and you're fresh and you're just
Exactly.
like, wait, did you guys have like a rap group when you were in high school? Because it always kind of starts
Of course,
somewhere.
I had my own rap group.
Yeah, where are those guys now? The people that you were rapping with back then, are they still at it?
No, I'm the only rapper in the rap group.
Ah,
I'm
so
the
they
rapper
fell off.
and the C. All the rappers fell off. I was the real rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was really just influencing people that I grew up with and went to school with.
Yeah.
To do things that I want to do, how I wanted to do
Oh,
it. That's
you were
really what was going on.
influencing them to
Yes,
do
yes, yes, yes,
the bad things.
not the bad things, but I'm rapping now, so you come rap with me. You
Yeah.
make the beats. You do this.
Yeah.
That's what really happened. You know,
Yeah.
but this is something I wanted to do, and I was very passionate about it. So it was like, what can I say? Contagious. You know.
Yeah. Okay, so recording your first song, what was the first song that you actually recorded, made sure that it was a release, and this is the single that you're putting out for people to know who you are?
That's crazy because like I've been recording for a very long time. So I've been recording music and putting it out for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I used to go by the name Mellow Joe before I went by the name Saudi.
Okay,
And,
explain both names first before you can't
Aye.
just bypass.
Aye.
We need to understand where they come from.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Mellow Joe came from my childhood. I wanted to create like a name. You know when you were a kid and you like just I'm gonna come up with a rap name.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that was my rap name, Mellow Joe. And yeah, Mellow Joe made beats.
Okay.
Yeah, Mellow Joe rapped on his own beats.
Okay.
Mellow Joe dropped a mixtape called Southwest Instrumentary.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, our K Dot when they hit us up and they were trying to get the feature, what they said was, we speaking to Saudi and you are Mellow Joe. So they familiar with that music.
Oh.
They were familiar with that music. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that's who Mellow Joe was. Just
Okay.
a young rapper on the come up, really trying to become Saudi.
Yeah. So then, what influenced the switch up? Because I mean, you get to a point where it's either you run with what you've created, or you're like, I'm changing my energy now. I'm changing my ways. My name needs to change. Why the switch up?
No, the switch up was very natural. Like, we all have names that people call us. Like at home, you'd have a certain name that somebody calls you, or around your circle of friends, or around the people that you know, you'd have a name that they'd call you. They'd either say Noni or Miss Cosmo.
Yeah.
And Miss Cosmo is your now stage name, but a lot
Yeah.
of people don't say Noni.
Yeah.
Anyway, you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So Saudi West was like a moniker that I had at the same time I had the Mellow Joe moniker. So all the people that were around me, I was Java, I was Raf, and I knew them since I was a teenager.
Really?
Yeah, we go way back. So now they used to call me Saudi all the time. They didn't say Saudi West anymore.
Okay.
They used to just call me Saudi. So Saudi was almost like my real name, the same way everyone would call us Java.
Yeah.
And it's not really a stage name, it's like your real nickname in
Yeah.
your life. You know?
Yeah.
So Saudi was like my real nickname. So it's like maturing and really getting to a point where it's like, okay, this is basically like my real name at this point, and this other one is like the rap name that I invented when I was a child. You know,
and you
like,
needed to grow up.
yeah, and everybody calls me Saudi. No one calls me Mellow Joe. That's what that was about, you know.
I get that.
But I guess the name change also shows the transition from aspiring to be something and becoming something. I would put it like that.
I like that. It's also just, it's development, it's growth, it's change, but it's also you becoming yourself and who you are today. That's really awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
So saying that you've known the guys for years, where exactly did you guys all kind of, meet up, or was it mutual friends, or how did you actually meet the guys from ATM?
The first time I met MT, we came to a shoot with Maraza. And
where is Maraza? I haven't seen him in a while also.
Yeah, Maraza putting together an album he's been working
Nice.
with.
Okay.
Yeah, with a producer I rock with called Young Tune. But anywho,
yeah.
Maraza was shooting a video, and then he was shooting it with somebody from a crew from Soweto called Dun Fam that I used to be a part of back in the day. I think this was like 2011. And then while our big homies, so to speak, were shooting this video, me and Hustle were in the back of a car. No, we didn't know each other, and then we were in the back of this car as those two little boys who came with these guys. So y'all just sit in the car
and behave.
And behave.
Yeah.
And we didn't say a word to each other.
Really?
Not a word. I'm talking about not a word.
For how long?
The whole car thing. The whole car chill, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't say a word to each other, but we linked up. I think 2 years later, and we linked up at Ruff's studio, at the Dogma studio in Josie CBD. We linked up then, because he was working closely
Did
with
you
Ruff.
remember him from that situation?
Yeah, I remembered his face because I was like, I remember this guy
Yeah.
was such and such. You know what I mean? So yeah, I remember that. But then we grew closer. Then we became homies, and you know what I mean? So yeah, we go way back. But it's really coming up in Jersey, and knowing everyone who's either coming up or already in the industry in some kind of way, and really trying to get into the door. So we are like an industry or a generation of its own. You know what I mean? We saw AK blow up. You dig what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
That's dope, man. I love the fact that you guys have such a brotherhood, because I see how you guys always support each other, always have each other's backs, always kind of, showing up for each other. And I think that's really awesome to kind of see, especially because a lot of guys kind of fall out over like dumb things along the line. So it's really awesome to see that you guys still got each other's back like that, Obviously, fast forward, you guys are all now signed to Ambitious. You're all kind of working together. Do you still appreciate what the brotherhood kind of created while you were signed under the label together as like a squad of guys?
I mean, we never... We the ones make the hits. Like these are our songs. Like no one facilitated anything like this. Just because the label put it out, it doesn't make it any less my song that I created with my friends, with a style that we took years to create and come to. So we're very proud of our work. We're very proud of our work, our new work and our old work. Very proud.
I think
very proud.
I think the whole country's proud of the stuff that you guys created, because you also created a movement. You also created a little bit of a change where people were sitting back and be like, yo, these guys are actually doing something really awesome for the music game, and it's fresh and it's and it's loud and it's South African, and that's what people wanted to kind of, to mess with at that time, which is really dope. But now you're at a point now where you guys are releasing music, you are releasing hit after hit. Did it not feel like there was a lot of pressure to constantly churn out songs that were going to take it to the top?
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure. I think also just a lot of pressure being that, this is like your first year. You're almost like a freshman at being a professional musician. You know what I mean? So even if you've made a lot of hits, or you've made quality music and you've done it for a long period of time, it doesn't prepare you for the pressure, and it doesn't teach you the things that I know now. You know what I mean? You would need to go through that and go through it and try to cope or manage or deal with the pressure. Yes.
Sometimes pressure also kind of comes in different shapes and forms, where you're releasing music, people know you for creating hits, and maybe they're expecting another hit. Does it also now kind of mess with you mentally, where you don't even know whether you need to scale down yourself and not experiment as much, or maybe you have to stick to a lane because this is the lane that's working? Did you ever feel as though you were being stifled to kind of only do this one thing, and that's the only thing that's going to work?
No, of course. Like when you develop a niche or a niche, there are a group of people waiting or expecting a certain kind of product from you. These group of people are your supporters. So it means when you put something out and they support it, it becomes successful. So when you try or you want to develop into something else or try something different, what your new challenge is, Manje, is developing a whole new niche. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you can keep this one satisfied and happy and whatever, but when you develop a whole new one, there will be resistance because we are here for this. So that's just like what happens. But if it's important for you to grow, then that's not a challenge. It's like a responsibility.
It's a responsibility to the people. It's a responsibility to yourself as well as an artist, because you need to keep creating. You need to keep moving. You need to keep pushing. And I think the difficulty that a lot of fans have with regards to, everything was very publicized and you guys were going through a lot at the time. It's
Mhm.
fine. I mean, I think everybody's kind of had that conversation.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people actually sit back and ask you guys how you feel about the fact that you created all of the stuff. This is your ideas. These are your niches.
Mhm.
This is what you have created. And now you're being stifled to no longer perform. And now that you've left the label, like that identity is now stolen from you.
Yes.
How do you move forward after somebody basically says your ideas are no longer yours?
You can steal my you can take anyone's intellectual property, but you always need somebody's intellectual property if you don't have any of your own.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I have these ideas and I can deliver these ideas, then I can do it again.
Yeah, I dig that.
I can always do it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? They mine. They really, I'm the creator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's really just understanding that, you know what I mean? Really dealing with, okay, cool, this is what happened to me and I'm new to this, where this thing can happen to you, and this is how the business can come between me and my first and true love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really just understanding with, oh, okay, cool, I'm just gonna do this again.
Yeah. Find
Yeah.
another way around it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it again.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna do it again.
I dig that because I think obviously for us, and I'm saying from a perspective of just being a viewer and being a listener and being a fan. So we don't know what's happening in the back. We don't understand what's actually what's transpiring. But all we are is just concerned to be like, okay, but can the guys just give us the music?
Can
We
we
just
get our
want
music?
to see them on stage rocking out so we can rock out with them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's nice to know that at some point you always got a bag that you can always kind of tap back into and be like, you think you got me down, but don't worry, I'm
No,
gonna
you-
fetch it again.
Always.
Yeah.
And if we didn't create these songs because we like into hip hop or like it's really a gift, and African trap music is really like, it's just really a gift. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a bunch of genres all just forged into one.
Yeah.
So I always have the ability to create great music, and I always have the hunger
Yeah.
to really push the envelope when it comes down to the creativity.
100%,
Yeah.
man. Do you feel like it got to a point where, or maybe not got to a point, do you feel like if you could turn back time, you might have left the label a little bit earlier than you did?
No, I wouldn't have, because I feel like the reason I'm sitting here today and I have an album that's out and it's my second album is because it had to take that amount of time for me to learn all the things I needed to learn in order to be in a position or to be in a situation where I'm no longer in this label, but I can operate and I can have a label of my own and I can have a publishing company of my own.
Yeah.
It really took that long. Had I left earlier, it might have even been bad for me, because I wouldn't have been over, or as what do you call this, when people know these songs and then they've accepted you and you have your own fan base and you
Yeah.
have these people who really want this product from you. Had I left earlier, it might have not been like that.
Yeah.
Do you
that's
understand
true.
what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
I get that.
yeah, it had to happen like this.
There was,
That's
I
what I
mean,
understand.
I think that's one thing that we can all kind of be testament to, is that there was some good out of the situation.
No, definitely,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be talking had it not been for
Yeah.
Yambishas. Like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't have been talking. I love being in the position I'm in now.
Yeah.
I really love being in the position I'm in now, and I couldn't have done it on my own.
Yeah. Okay, so after leaving the label, I think for a lot of us, we kind of felt as though, let me not speak in the plural, let me rather speak for myself, is rather feeling as though you kind of took a step back from the music and decided to, view from the back and kind of watch what's actually happening before now deciding to release another album. Was that intentional for you to kind of take a step back and kind of see what's going on before you kind of, dove yourself back into the music industry?
Yeah, it was intentional, because I had to be in the right state of mind, and more than anything, I had to want to do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't just do it because I have a career now and I have all these amazing opportunities, so I need to give y'all, what can I say, subpar material, or I have to, feed this addiction that y'all have,
Yeah.
by force. If I don't, in his own like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I had to want to do it in order for me to give y'all something that I know will make y'all happy and that will last. And I also had to be in a space where I want to do it in order for me to actually do it. Because if you don't want to do something or you don't enjoy doing something, it serves no purpose.
Yeah.
And this is my first love. This is my everything. This is what literally saved my life, even as a kid, as a teen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's almost like a relationship with a mother. It's something that has to be reconciled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something you can't live without.
Yeah. So what
You
were
know
you
what I mean?
doing then, just in that time when you were kind of sitting and reflecting? Because as a creative, I understand creative blocks happen. You need to take a break. You need to kind of recuperate. But to some, I mean, it might have taken a lot longer than maybe what we would have wanted. We would have allowed you maybe, okay, 6 months, yeah, that's fine. Maybe a year, okay, sharp.
Yeah.
But my brother, you took a break.
Yeah.
What were you busy with at that time? What was keeping you going for you to then say, okay, cool, I think I'm ready now to get back into it?
Creating and getting into a space where I felt in charge, even with the business, you know what I mean? Like really learning a bunch of different things,
Yeah.
and honestly, I was successful at a very young age, and I'm really from the trenches. I'm really from the slums, so
Yeah.
it's like success comes with a whole bunch of new problems. You know what I mean?
Like black text?
My sister, I paid my black taxes like back to back. You understand what I'm saying? It comes with a lot, and I can't blame anybody, or what can I say? Not to value the experience itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to understand who I am, and that's who I am, and that's what's going on in my life. And I had to respect to Anele in order to be able to continue with this Saudi thing that I've been blessed with.
But then, okay, so talking about that, I mean, mentally, I understand the break that you've taken, and I think I appreciate it so much, because I think a lot of artists need to rein it in and then say, okay, I'm not okay right now. Maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I need to figure this thing out and then move forward. But responsibilities don't have a timeline to take a break.
Yes.
And as you're mentioning, I mean, most black people have to then, especially when you get successful, people start getting used to the fact that, okay, no, Saudi's got us, or Anele basically has got us. He's going to make sure things are taken care of. How do you manage that when you also still trying to look after yourself in that time?
You have to stop the whole thing.
You stop the train.
You have to stop the whole train. Of course, the train doesn't stop because I am my father. I need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But you need to stop the whole train, because Nami, from where I'm sitting, driving the train, I'm boring apart, it's getting foggy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So even if I continue the whole thing for these passengers who want to get to point A to point B,
Yeah.
like, sofa ngoba mina ngiboni.
Yeah.
So I need to really just stop the whole mess and really just wait and see what's there once the smoke clears.
Yeah.
And then continue.
Okay.
Yes.
I appreciate that, because again, it's so hard to have that conversation with people to say, yes, I was this guy, but right now, it's not communicating. And everybody's got to kind of see themselves now and how they're moving forward. Does that now become like a team effort where you guys all band together to say, okay, how are we going to move this train? Because right now the driver can't see.
How are we going to move the train? I don't have kids, so I never had responsibilities are heavy kangako. But of course, as a child, that's a black child, you do have heavy responsibilities that don't have to do with you and your life and decisions you've made. But like almost removing myself from that, or really tapping out of that, I got a chance to really learn more about what my responsibilities are and what my responsibilities to myself are.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I learned a lot nje, about myself and
being
what I'm
selfish.
supposed to do
Yeah.
and why it's important to be selfish, because if I don't have myself and I don't have my health, and
Yeah.
I cannot continue, nothing matters, you know.
Yeah.
Even inclusive like my good heart, it doesn't matter. All these beautiful things I want to do for people that are not me, they don't matter either.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just really learning and just going through a really dope life experience. But
Yeah.
more than anything, I mean, I live for being a great musician.
Yeah.
I really live for that. Like that's what saved my life, and that's what matters to me more than anything.
Yeah.
And you know, it was earned through hard work. It's not like you talented and the world just, you know, like submits to you or anything like that. You had to really work hard to be more than just somebody with the ability to make music.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But it's so important to me to really reach my full potential.
100%.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
One thing I appreciated though, within your kind of like your comeback to then say, okay, cool, I'm getting myself back in, I'm getting my feet wet. You didn't come straight out the bed and say, okay, here's a single I've been missing. You were just like, okay, let me dabble in, let me give some features here and there. Was it that important for you to kind of do those features first before you kind of then say, okay, cool, here's my project now? Because I just wanted to remind you that I'm there, you know?
I wouldn't say so, but then I like how it works out, because it's almost like poetry, can imagine, when you look at the timeline, first doing those features and then doing a joint project with a producer that's an amazing producer that you've known for a long time and y'all never got together and worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it really is poetry, and it almost resembles life and how things really turn out. You know what I mean? But in all honesty, I was just in a mood to show my talent.
Yeah, that's
all
dope.
that
Your
was
favorite
going on.
feature?
My favorite feature, my favorite feature. That is crazy. What's my favorite feature? Maybe I'll take Go Talk from Slick.
I was about to say that is my favorite feature right now. And I listen to that song over and over and over, and I'm just like, yo, these guys really came with it.
Yeah. That's my favorite feature. That's my favorite feature. Yeah, from the ones that I could think of, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's my favorite feature.
That's also such a dope song, and the way that you guys all came together to be like, oh, okay, we're talking about goats now. Was there no pressure for you guys to be like, if we're talking about goats, I need to now show up?
No, I'm the goat.
But everybody thinks that.
No, but I'm really the goat.
But everybody thinks that was on the song.
Okay, we can think that. Then we gotta record one. Then we see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's it.
I am the goat. Please do not.
So when you killed them all.
It's not kill them all, but I've been doing it a very long time, and I feel like in any song, however I'm gonna approach it, is usually the most wise and most thoughtful way to approach it.
Yeah.
Because I can really do everything. You understand what I'm saying? So I look at the one that's gonna be the most effective one, and then I really deliver that.
Have you ever considered doing like a project which is completely different to like African trap, like maybe getting yourself into like some Afro pop or like R&B? Maybe, you know. I
have what you call this. I have a genre of my own called Japan 4.
What is that?
It's my own genre. It's of course a genre that's led by melodies, and it's like it's a bunch of Afro fusion and just a fusion of a bunch of amazing musical elements.
Yeah.
And in the album that I put out, there are touches of that.
Okay.
All over the album. Well, Pardon Me, Nenyembezi, and songs like that.
Yeah.
With what I'm gonna do going forward, I'm gonna really just show my talent and my own ability. but everything that I do is under the umbrella of the African trap music.
Okay.
Because that's the genre that we have, Tina, as South African South African artists.
Yeah.
That is unique to us, and that we really pioneered.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I hear
Everybody
you.
else north of the continent, banama Afro beats wabo, you know.
Yes.
And our cousins out here in South are bane piano. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is what we have. So whatever I'm gonna create, that's gonna be completely away from hip hop in itself, is under the same umbrella, African trap music.
Dope, man. I dig that. All right, so talking about the album, I mean, the album's out. Msotra Don't Die.
Yes, ma'am.
Give us a little bit of a breakdown of the thinking behind it, the album, the vision, because I do believe that when artists release music, even though yes, fine, you can do an EP, mixtape, nyana, single, whatever, but when it comes to an album, like you're sitting down and you're conceptualizing. So break it down to us. What were you thinking when you were like, this is the project I want to put out, and these are the songs that are going to represent it?
I wanted to put out a good body of work. I hadn't put out a good body of work since my first album. I haven't put out a body of work that I enjoy. I haven't been in a space where I really am impressed by umculo engiwenzayo. And that's been my whole career. I never really felt like that about Drugs Inc.
Really?
Yeah, because I have such a high standard when it comes to judging myself and my music.
Okay, I hear
what
that.
I'm saying? So I finally got to a place and a point where I could hear music and I feel like it's good.
Ah,
you know what I mean? So that's really what the process of this whole album was, and that's why it took so long.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because the music really had to be great, and it couldn't have been just music that I'm guided by the team.
Yeah.
While creating.
Okay. Favorite song?
Favorite song? Man, that's a very hard question. Favorite song off the top right now, maybe Chamelea's Baby.
Okay, why?
Why? Because the album is a dedication to my mother. And
is she the one who's on the album cover?
My album cover, yeah.
Okay.
That's my mother.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it just speaks about being this personal and really my mind state and how I've pulled myself out of obscurity.
Yeah.
But it also speaks about things that aren't going well that I would love Guti Zambi Rashe.
Yeah.
That's what it really speaks about. The song is very personal to me, but it's a song that's very true. And it's a song that I enjoy in the album, but there are a lot of songs that were my favorite at a certain point.
I mean, it gets like that, especially when you're going to release your own album. You're going to listen to it over and over, and maybe every day it's going to change. Be like, oh, this one's booming today, and then tomorrow you change your mind depending on the mood, which is awesome. But one thing I've noticed also is that not a lot of features. There's just Empty, if I'm not mistaken.
The Hustler, though.
Was that intentional? For you to only have one feature and for you to kind of rock the rest of the album on your own?
I tried to get this Java feature. It was important for me to get this Java feature, but we couldn't get it in time.
Really?
Yeah, we couldn't get it in time.
He's a busy man.
Yeah, he's a busy man. And like it just happens there with artists. Now I couldn't be on Umkele.
Yeah.
And he really wanted me on it, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna get him next time. But that's a feature that I wanted. This album was very personal, and I wanted to give people like a full body of work that comes from me and my album. My album, and I had to really make a lot of great songs and then give those to the people.
Yeah.
That's what the plan was. So the only feature that's missing from there is the Java feature. You dig what I'm saying?
But now I guess he got you back because you were also missing from his album. So
yeah,
it's like, I
understand. I
it was like, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah. But my you asked me about my other favorite features. my favorite in the beginning of the year were definitely the two Java features off of his album.
Yeah.
So now people shouldn't be all that negative about him not being on the album because we gave out two songs. You know?
We did it at least.
Songs.
Yes. But now we need a project with you, MT, and Java.
Yes, ma'am.
We need a project. We want to hear the three of you just rocking out.
Yeah. No, yes, ma'am. This is something that will happen. I don't want to say too much because I feel like every time we speak about this or we speak about it publicly, we jinx it in some kind of way. You know what I mean? So I don't really like to speak about it, but we own it.
Yes.
We really own it. We really own it.
Please.
Yeah,
I
after
think
DIY 3, we own it. We own it.
Kunini, we've also been begging MT for DIY 3. We're hoping that's also gonna, do its thing real soon. But I appreciate, I really dig, the direction and the music and the way that it's kind of all come together sonically. And I also think this body of work is also kind of representing you as a whole, to be like, this is the new me, this is the direction I'm taking, this is where I come from, but this is also where I'm going.
Yes, ma'am.
And of course you're gonna be available for far more features. So if people need to call you up.
I'm out here.
Ready to work.
Yeah, I'm out here.
Ready to put it out.
Let's get it.
Have people not called you up in the past couple of years to be like, yo, Sadi, we need a feature, and then you just didn't make it?
A lot. And I just wasn't in the state of mind. If I can't do my best, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Are there any that you feel like you need to run back like ASAP? Like now that the album's done, you're going to be like, okay, let me call this guy back now because I'm in the mode.
I just really want to make my second album.
Really?
The one after Soweto Don't Die, which is my third album.
Yeah.
I just want to get on it because I have so much to give.
Okay.
I have so much to give. I'm already on it.
That's dope.
I'm already on it.
That's dope.
I'm already on it.
Do you think you're also kind of managing yourself in a different direction? Because I can hear the difference now in the music. But, as an artist, you also need to kind of push the product in a certain way and move in a different direction. Do you also think that you're also moving yourself and moving the brand Saudi in a better and a more fresher direction?
A definite more fresher direction. Taking it as seriously as I take the music. So for instance, if I take the songs extremely seriously and I know how hard I've worked and I know how difficult it is to put together a body of work like this, then there's no way that I'm going to allow it to come out and not allow it to do good and to be in the right spaces and to have everything that it could possibly need in order for it to be a success. And that's just the same with how I approach everything, Jay, in my life, which is my career. That is my life. That's just how I approach everything. I just want it to be the right way or nothing.
I dig that, man.
Yes,
You're sounding so fresh. You're sounding so in charge.
Oh, wow.
And taking on the music the way that you need to take it, and I think that's all people really want to see, is to see the hunger and to hear the hunger. And obviously they're hearing that now in the album, but we do want more music. As you can see, like now the times have changed. We're not waiting a whole year or 2 years for a project. People are releasing literally every Friday. It's a new energy, it's a new wave now. So we need to get on it, where we're hearing you, we're seeing you, we want to see you on stages, we want to see you performing, want to see you doing the thing, what I mean? So for you to keep pushing is really, it's exciting to see how you're coming out with more. And that's what we want to see, you pushing more. You know what I mean? Saudi, you're doing best. All right, so what else can we look out for that's going to be happening maybe in the next month or so, maybe in the next year, that you can kind of preempt outside of the album being out?
The whole rollout for the album, that is for sure. Everything else that's planned is not stuff that I can convey publicly. But the album being out, the whole rollout, all the videos that we have in store.
Which is the first video that's gonna drop? Surely you can tell us that.
No, I can't tell you all that because the first one has to be a song that people actually love. After it's released. So it has to be a song that people really love. And if it's not something that we already shot for, then we're gonna shoot for
I
that.
hear you.
You know what I mean? Let the people really decide what the single is going to be instead of choosing this song that you all in the label and then shoot for it. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So that's really what's going on. But expect an incredible comeback.
Nice.
And enjoy the most incredible album of 2023. The most complete album of 2023.
Yes.
Not hip hop album, not whatever, but
it's a musical
the most
album.
Complete musical album of 2023. That's how I feel.
Yes.
That's how I see it.
You weren't worried about dropping so late in the year?
I wasn't worried about dropping late in the year. I was really worried about dropping in the year.
Oh.
That's what was important to me. You know what I mean? And it being put out the right way is how I negate the time of year I'm dropping.
Okay.
Yeah.
So either way, it's still gonna live post December time.
Of course, it's gonna live all the way into next year.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's gonna live all the way into next year. So I ain't gonna tell you what's in the works because I do believe in keeping those secrets till they materialize.
Don't jinx it. It's
I don't
fine.
jinx none. Y'all already know. Y'all already know.
All right. Where can people follow you social media? Where can we, give you a bit of a shouty out?
Saudi.rsa on TikTok. I'm on TikTok now. Yeah, run up my TikTok.
Are you doing dance challenges?
None. Such I don't dance at all.
That's from Such I don't dance.
Yeah,
so what are you posting?
What am I posting? I'll post myself doing whatever it is that I enjoy doing that is related to my music, what I'm passionate about and what I live for. You know what I mean? I could be sitting down, breaking down lyrics or like giving y'all a better understanding of a song.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Something that I wouldn't do on my gram or I wouldn't do on Twitter or you know what I mean? That's all I really do on my TikTok. Saudi.rsa and then it's Saudi_RSA on Instagram. The same on Twitter. Saudi_RSA, and then it's the same on Facebook too. Saudi_RSA. Yeah, check me out. Rock with me.
Nice. I dig that. I'm so glad that you're on TikTok. I'm in a young shula, but we're trying it out.
Supporting. I'm a follower. I'm laughing at lame. Go out there and follow my TikTok.
Do the right thing.
Please don't let it go through it.
Run it up.
Yeah, run it up, please.
Oh goodness. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. Really do appreciate it. And keep pushing, man. Like I said, I'm just happy to hear more from you. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Keep that talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The real coach. You know what I mean?
The real coach.
Yeah,
Sotra don't die.
Sotra don't die. You already know. Yeah.
All right. So there you have it. That is Sotra himself. Yes, Saudi. And thank you so much for joining us for today. Keep on liking, subscribing, commenting, letting us know what you like, what you don't like, and who else you want to see on the show. And of course, I will catch you again next week, same time, same place, on Pop Radio.